In the final years of the previous decade and the beginning of this decade in Spain and throughout Europe, the football style known as tiki-taka, full of mystique, is gradually becoming a dominant force, thanks to the power it brings to Barcelona under Pep Guardiola or to the Spanish national team. However, let's not forget that in the land of bullfighting, there has always been a team hailed as royalty for their regal quality. Alongside Barca, this team creates a classic match with immense allure. This team, during Barcelona's peak, still managed to shine in a season of disbelief. Of course, that team is the 2011-2012 season version of Real Madrid. Before the season, few could have imagined that after the final whistle, Real Madrid, under the guidance of Jose Mourinho at that time, could overthrow a mighty Barcelona. The team from Catalonia had won La Liga 3 consecutive seasons before. As journalist Oscar Sanz once shared, "At that time, I had no faith in Real Madrid. It was truly surprising that they would win La Liga de los records, breaking all records, achieving 100 points in the national championship and breaking the scoring record. That Mourinho team scored 121 goals, breaking the old record of 107 goals, also set by Real Madrid in the 1989-1990 season. No one thought this would happen, especially because Mourinho was famous for being a defensive-minded coach. However, that season he proved that notion wrong. It shows that all the controversies Mourinho created brought benefits to Real Madrid. Real Madrid concluded that La Liga season with 32 wins, alongside 4 draws and 2 losses. In total, under coach Jose Mourinho, the team achieved 100 points and scored 121 goals, surpassing Barcelona's previous season record of 99 points. So, considering all competitions, Mourinho's team suffered only 4 defeats. Apart from the 2 losses in La Liga, the other 2 defeats occurred in the matches against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey round of 16 and being knocked out by Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-finals. For Real Madrid to pull off the overturning of the mighty Barcelona at that time, Mourinho surely played one of the most significant roles. During the preseason of the 2011-2012 season, Real Madrid sacked director Jorge Valdano due to strained relations and conflicting decisions between him and coach Jose Mourinho. President Peretz supported Mourinho's need for autonomy in managing the team, so Valdano was dismissed. Jose Angel Sanchez then took over as the club's director. Mourinho subsequently became the head of football operations and the head coach. Zinedine Zidane, the former French player, was appointed as the new football director of the first team, acting as a special advisor to Peretz. With the power in his hands, Mourinho could easily implement his plans. That summer, Real Madrid's transfer activity was not overly flashy as they already had a strong core. Among the notable signings was 18-year-old Rafael Varane from Lens, who would later make significant contributions. With stability in personnel, Mourinho applied his philosophy to the team, creating an unbeatable collective. Journalist Tomás Ronchero commented, "In that season, Real Madrid was a team rich in physicality, fierce but not violent. Physicality is part of winning, and to defeat Barcelona, which was always as majestic as the symphony at that time, you need 11 united and dedicated players." Naturally, one of the strongest weapons of Mourinho's teams is their solidity. Real Madrid played pragmatically and fearlessly. When needed to attack, they coordinated to press the opponents relentlessly. When facing teams with possession-oriented play like arch-rivals Barca, Real Madrid under Mourinho knew how to disrupt their rhythm, even if it meant committing fouls continuously. In the 2011-2012 season, to serve their philosophy, most of Mourinho's matches followed the same tactical formation of 4-2-3-1, occasionally switching to 4-3-3. It can be said that the 4-2-3-1 formation is Mourinho's perfect lineup for several reasons. First and foremost, it is a scheme that allows Mourinho to organize his players to execute counterattacks effectively. The 4-2-3-1 formation provides a lot of freedom for Real Madrid's 4 attacking players, while also providing cover for the defense with 2 holding midfielders in front of the center-backs to close gaps and block attacks from the wings. For Mourinho, everything needs to be executed quickly before the opponent regains stability, especially the speed of counterattacks in crucial matches. and the lightning-fast attacking football of Real Madrid during that time was pushed to perfection in La Liga. In the attacking line, Benzema played as the highest forward, while Ronaldo was allowed to roam freely in this formation to exploit his formidable goal-scoring abilities. Di Maria operated on the wings, and Ozil was the team's premier playmaker. Mourinho didn't allow his players to hold on to the ball for too long, but instead instructed them to move it quickly up the field as soon as they regained possession. His strategy was greatly aided by the speed of Ronaldo, Di Maria, and Benzema. In addition, Marcelo often surged forward from the wing to create space for Ronaldo to penetrate the middle, while Alonso dropped back to cover Marcelo's position. Alonso and Ramos were excellent long passers, often executing long balls forward for the forwards. Ronaldo and Benzema would move to create space for Ozil by immediately penetrating behind the opponent's defense to force them back. This allowed Ozil time on the ball to make deadly passes to one of the remaining attackers. As for ball progression, when Marcelo pushed up, Arbeloa on the right wing would hold his position to coordinate with the center backs. Alonso was the heart of the team, dropping deep to help break the opponent's pressure before making forward passes. Khedira was a box-to-box midfielder, constantly moving up to support attacks, while also frequently dropping back to protect the defense. Defensively, Madrid always sought to regroup closely with the main goal of protecting the central area of the pitch. This was achieved by compacting the midfield using a 4-3-1-2 formation with two central midfielders. With limited space in the center, teams would have to resort to attacking from the flanks, but Real had two solid center backs in Ramos and Pepe, so they could comfortably deal with crosses into the box. Alonso and Khedira weren't typical defensive midfielders, but they were effective in disrupting the opponent's play. And Mourinho always had his own tricks up his sleeve to secure victories. The simplest example is in matches against Barca, where Mourinho deployed Pepe as a destroyer to hunt down Messi and limit the effectiveness of tiki-taka, with Messi being the core of the Catalan team's play at that time. On the tactical side, we not only see Mourinho's strategic prowess, but also the quality of personnel Real possessed back then. Real Madrid was a team comprising World Cup champions from 2010, such as Iker Casillas, Xabi Alonso, Ramos, and Ozil, stars like Pepe and Kaká, and emerging talents like Marcelo, Higuain, and especially Cristiano Ronaldo cannot be overlooked. Ronaldo was at the peak of his performance then, marking his most prolific season with Real since joining Bernabeu in 2009. With 46 goals in La Liga that season, it was an extraordinary achievement and one of the most fulfilling seasons in CR7's career. Notably, this included 2 hat-tricks in 2 Madrid derbies. Furthermore, to contribute to the remarkable achievement of 121 goals in that season, Real also witnessed the emergence of young stars like Higuain and Benzema, with both scoring 22 and 21 goals respectively. Regarding Ozil, who recently retired at the age of 34, he was the top assist provider in La Liga that year with 17 assists. Di Maria followed closely in second place with 15 assists. Supporting them was Xabi Alonso, one of the world's top-class midfielders at that time. Ramos and Pepe formed a defensive partnership that made opposing attackers feel disheartened. All of these, from a brilliant Mourinho to quality individuals, made Real Madrid in the 2011-2012 La Liga season simply a manifestation of power, overshadowing Barcelona with their possession-based tiki-taka football. It was a season where Real Madrid played a pragmatic style of football, arguably to the extreme, especially in the El Clasico matches, where winning at all costs prevailed. However, in the eyes of Florentino Perez and the fans, they yearned for a more attractive style of football with the star-studded Real Madrid lineup. This was something Mourinho couldn't deliver, ultimately leading to his departure. Mourinho wasn't wrong in applying his philosophy of doing whatever it takes to win, and the Real Madrid owners and fans weren't wrong in desiring a team that played a more stylish and attractive brand of football. Unfortunately, these desires couldn't be reconciled. Nevertheless, the Real Madrid of the 2011-2012 season remains one of the most formidable versions to date.